Ako kasi ang tingin ko, ang game plan, may game plan sila and they like executed it very well in the beginning. Like eliminate President Digong, send him to The Hague, get him out of the country. That's part of the plan. Siguro kung mag-iisip ka, bakit ba nangyayari ito? Katulad niyan, tinanong mo na, isip ko yan noon bakit ba nangyayari? First, you have to eliminate the father, who is very popular, who is loved by so many Filipinos, because he gave us peace. He gave us safe roads, safe nights to walk around. See? Naging payapa tayo Nabawasan niya na bumaba ang crime rate during this time. Then the second thing is popular din kasi yung anak. Then you have to eliminate her as well so that you will be able to stay in power. They've demonized her, yung mga allegations against her, which are not true kasi they control the media. They control everything. Magpo-propose ako ng law, pagbabawat ang sinumang politiko na magmamay-ari ng mainstream media. Hindi pwedeng newspaper, hindi pwedeng television, hindi pwedeng radyo, because hindi na yan magiging makatotohanan pag yan ay in power tulad ng nangyayari ngayon. See? Slanted lahat May nadinig ka bang sinabing maganda yung mga mainstream media? Nadidinig mo yung katotohanan ngayon sa mga vloggers. Bigyan mo ang malaking network ng news, imbitahin mo. They will say something else or they will say very little good thing about what they saw. But not the entire thing. Nadidinig mo ang katotohanan sa mga vloggers. Buti may vloggers na ngayon. Buti meron ng social media ngayon na talagang mailalabas mo. Noong araw, wala kaya ang ginagawa nila ngayon, demanda here, demanda there. Natatakot ako doon sa magiging mangyayari because pag aalamin mo yung how civil war starts, hinog na tayo. We are so polarized. Andyan na. Everything is there. So, mahaba lang siguro talaga ang pasensya ng mga Pilipino bago mapuntalan, bago magbarilan na talagang inaantay pa rin nila. They're still hoping na, against hope, na eventually maayos din ito. And para maayos ito, it has to be by constitutional succession or in the next coming election. I don't know if the Filipino people can wait that long. Mababago ang takbo ng politika sa atin pag binago natin ang ating saligang batas. We need to change it. Hindi pwedeng democratic republican lang tayo. Siguro dahil napakadami na natin. We need to be a federal democratic republican state. Kasi one central government, ang laki ang laki ng sakop. Ang laki ng nakaw, ang tagal ng hulihan dahil silang nakakontrol sa lahat. So I think we have to federalize so that services will trickle down quicker. Kasi may sarili silang DSWD, may sarili silang DOJ, may sarili silang Supreme Court. Even ng hustisya mabilis. So yun talaga I think is the solution, and it's going to change a whole lot. Yung when we change into a federal government. Kung makatotohanan sana yung laban nung sinasabi nilang sila ay makabayan. Maganda yung sinimulan ni Presidente. When he appointed his cabinet, it's all of nation approach. Isinama niya yung mga kalaban. Isinama niya pati kalaban ng Estado. Inappoint niya yung mga, di ba? Ilang ba yung cabinet niya na coming from the left? Siguro 2-3. Sabi niya, join me, this is what we want. This is what we've been fighting for, is to form a government that is going to be talagang for the people, by the people. He invited these enemies of the state, help me. Yung mga, kahit na yung ibang political enemies niya, sinama niya. See? Nograles was part of the cabinet. hindi siya inopen niya yung kanyang administration eh. It's not only him, but he opened it to everybody and said, let us govern the country together to make it prosperous. So that one, kaya lang hindi nga totoo eh. He tried his darnest to give us a peaceful government, a peaceful surrounding. Yung kanyang war on drugs, dapat yun eh. Kasi kung hindi siya, ang naging pangulo natin noon, nilamon na tayo ng droga. Na-prevent yung na-prevent yun, dinismantle niya lahat ng mga drug laboratory sa Pilipinas. I know one of them was yung kay El Chapo na nandito sa Pilipinas, na-dismantle niya rin yung kay El Chapo, yung sa Mexico. Ang problema dun sa drug war, kung ako yung drug lord, negosyante ako. Diyan yung buhay ko dahil may boss pa ako sa taas, papatayin ako ng boss ko pagka hindi ko pinotektahan yung aking teritoryo. Gagasta ako. I have politicians in my payroll, I have policemen in my payroll, I have media men in my payroll. You have to discredit the war on drugs. You think the drug lords will take it sitting down and not do anything? So, yun yung war on drugs na gustong-gusto nilang pintasan. Here's a guy who's trying his darnest to give your kids a peaceful environment. So that your kid can walk safely at night without having to worry about these drug addicts. Tapos yung focus is on the human rights of the murderers. Paano yung mga naulila ng mga murderers na yan? Not once ko nadinig na sinabi nila na ito rin, tignan natin. See? Tapos sasabihin nila, 30,000, establish mo ba yung 30,000? Where did it come from? Ang daming nga nagsasabi, tek muna ba't napunta dyan yung titrato ng kapatid ko? Namatay yung kapatid ko sa rampol. He started adjusting the salary of the employees, the police, the military, nila. Ang rason niya is kung magkano man yung sweldo nyo ngayon, iyan pa yung nung araw. So he tried to give those people serving the government a decent life. Nagbago yung standard of living nila. Yeah, so President Duterte built roads, bridges. Talagang makikita mo naman yan eh.